We've got 10 orders leaving the store in the last 24 hours, so let me show you my 3 favourite orders leaving the store. In at number 1, we've got this SmackDown ring gear accessory pack, and I've included this as number 1 because it's very surprising how much more collectibles are worth when they're still sealed in the packaging, because on their own, these accessories, they are something that I sell loose on my multi-listings for wrestling figure accessories. However, yeah, loose, the ring skirt would probably sell with the ropes for around £8 to £10, and then the belt, I'd sell that for maybe £3.50 to £4. So this is sold for £40 as a sealed set, and it's likely the person's buying this as a collectible to have on display, because there aren't actually many of the wrestling ring accessory packs that are still sealed, because I'm not sure if there were maybe not many made, or maybe at the time not many people thought to actually hold these back and keep them as investments and collectibles. So we'll get this one packed up. I am still waiting for the pink boxes. It's killing me now because like they're vital to my work, but we'll get these packed up and onto that new collector now. We found another box that it can nicely fit in. Happy days. It means I don't have to go cutting, and yeah, just makes life easier. Look at that, it's nice stuffing on inside too. On to number 2 now, and we've got this Heat Series. It's the WWF era Heat Series 3, and it's a Raven wrestling figure. So again, it's another sealed figure and remains in excellent condition. So sometimes with the packaging, you might start to see fading on the coloured cardboard, or like on the plastic bubble, you might start to see yellowing or like discoloration, and that just happens over time. If there's like any little air seals that have opened up, it just allows the air to get in, and if you're displaying this in natural light, that sunlight's going to come in and change the colour of the packaging. But you can see here it is in excellent condition, and I always check when I'm selling figures as new, just to make sure that at least, like for me, at least 75%, here we go, definitely just made that percentage up, but go on, of the packaging has to still be sealed going round the edges, because that way it just confirms that the figure can't be taken out of the packaging. Whereas sometimes, I don't have one to hand, but sometimes with like say figures, if this is like over like half hanging off, you would be able to pull the figure out, and so then there's no way for me to tell if the figure's been used or it has just been kept in the packaging. So I'll make a note of that in the description. But this one, excellent condition. We'll get it packed up and onto that new collector now. To be fair, having boxes like shoe boxes and stuff does make life so much easier, because I'm not having to like unfold them pink boxes. However, yeah, storing like say hundreds of these, it'd take up so much room than flat pack packaging. Let's include this. In at number 3, we've got this 7-inch Elvis Presley HMV release of I'm Left, You're Right, She's Gone. So it's not personally a song of Elvis Presley's that I know. There's not really a lot to show with the LP. I'll just try and do some close-ups, but I'll include some images too. But it's a good chance to plug July, because this month I'm basically dedicating the whole month of July to music, and I'm doing that by including collectibles such as like scarves, clothing, what else is the vinyls, music patches, vintage gig scarves. They're basically being dropped every other day across my eBay store for the whole month of July. So yeah, if music collectibles are your thing, be sure to check out the eBay store. And yeah, if you also like collectibles, be sure to subscribe to the store, so subscribe to the channel even. So we'll get these packed up and sent on to that new collector now. So that's all of this morning's orders packed. Happy days. So we also had a wrestling accessory. That's the ELVIS, that's the ring gear, that's the Raven. A wrestling figure and some wrestling accessories. Wrestling accessory, wrestling accessory, wrestling accessory, and a Barry Ferguson Blackburn Rovers Pro Store. What a treat. So time for me to get them off to the post office. There is 2 Vinted orders to pack. I'm going to save the Vinted for tomorrow just because there's not been many orders, so there's not a lot of room in the boxes to do listing. So save that for tomorrow when we do a balance update. See you in a bit.